Hi, everyone. I was not so sure if I was going to be able to come on today. I'm not going to stay on a long time tonight. I have had a long, crazy week, but I just thought that I would try to come on and craft a line. I think I'm just going to harvest some magazines because that's just, you guys, I'm so, this week's been crazy. I don't even know how to describe it to you. This week has been insane. It's ridiculous. So hang on, I'm just going to put it in our Facebook group. And I am so sorry. Hey, Val. Hey, Joni. Girls, I'm sorry I missed Tuesday. This week has kicked my butt. Literally, it has kicked my butt. I have had the craziest week. It's just been, I can't even describe it to you. Like I would definitely like a in the past 2 weeks, I would like a do-over if I could possibly have that. It's just been, I don't even know, you guys, it's just been ridiculous. I promised a couple people that I'd tell them when I'm on, and I'm not, because I'm trying to get better. It does not always work out. You know? It does not always work out. Hey, Liz, how are you? I'm happy to see you girls. So I'm just going to harvest some magazines. You know what I found? But I think I left them in the car. I went and looked for them and I couldn't find them. And I didn't feel like, hi, Tony. Girl, I haven't even sent you your stuff yet, your invoice and everything. I'll try to do it this week. You guys, it's been like a week from, I don't even know I don't even know how to even describe to you how my week has been, you guys. It has been, it's so stupid. It's just been out of control. So you guys know, I told you guys, I think last time, I don't know if I told you everything, but my daughter went into the hospital and she was in the ICU for like 4 days, and my mother-in-law passed away, and my kid's grandmother, and she was the last grandparent that they had. And it's just been, you guys, it's just been a really, hey, Vo. Everybody say hi to Vo. That's my middle daughter, the one that just got out of the hospital. You guys, it's been the past week and a half, or I'd say 2 weeks, has been just crap for me. And I'm glad she's okay. It was very stressful for her and for us, and it was surprising, and we didn't know. It was like she was diagnosed with, she had a diabetic thing, and we didn't even know she had diabetes. Horrible. It has been a tough week. Your little town of Coolidge has free magazines. Oh my gosh, there was a stack when you came. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. It has been a poop week. So you guys, I didn't even know. So Tuesday, okay, so on top of it all, Blake decided I told you guys he had a small little freelance job in Hawaii. And then on top of it, we still had stuff in our storage, like in our let me see if I can fix my camera. We didn't take every single thing because he was going back to do some work. I'm sorry, I'm taking you guys on the ride. He was going back to do some work. And so he's there doing his work, and he's also cleaning out all of our stuff. You guys, I mean, what was left? And you guys, I honestly did not know what we left, but we left a substantial amount of stuff. So he's been dealing with that. So he's been gone all week. So that means that I've had to drive. He's not coming back till next week. I've had to drive Seisha. We've had torrential, crazy rains. You guys, I can only tell you this. Living in the tropics, you don't have the same sort of traffic and stuff that you have here. Thanks for the thumbs up. Whoever gave me a thumbs up, I appreciate it. And driving with these big rigs and these big trucks, you guys, I'm telling you, yeah. So when I got home on Tuesday from driving in this rain that I couldn't even see, like I couldn't even see in front of the car, you guys, I must have gotten home around 5 o'clock, I guess, from picking her up. She goes to school about an hour away. You guys, I laid down and I was out. I was out like a light. So I didn't even wake up until Wednesday morning. But Blake left super early. He left at like 4 a.m. on Monday, that was crap too. And isn't this cute? I think it's a marmoset. I don't know. You guys, I found this like Introduction to Physics Anthropology. It was in like the free section somewhere, so I grabbed it. I can't find any. Hey, Jamie, I can't find any magazines, but I can find other books to cut up. So Tuesday, I wasn't here because, you guys, I was out like a freaking light. My behind I laid down when I got home I didn't even make dinner, you guys. I picked up dinner on the way home. And you guys, I was probably asleep by 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock because I had been up so early the day before. Blake left so early. And yeah. So last week and this week has been incredibly, ridiculously stressful for me. And I wasn't even so sure I was going to be able to get on today because but so I thought I'd come and hang out with you guys a little bit. Now, remember, tomorrow is the Disabled Artist Foundation auction. If anybody wants to go and support Defy, starts at noon Eastern. And they have some super cool stuff, you guys, like really cool stuff, like very cool. I don't know if I'm going to use all this stuff. So it's been 2 weeks of stress for me. And and you guys know I wasn't feeling well to begin with. And then I finally started feeling better. And then all the other stuff happened. So, that's just kind of how my life goes. So, Tony, I promise I'll get you your stuff. I will get you an estimate for your shipping. But the shipping master is out of town. So, I don't know. I'll try to figure it out. He's supposed to be back on Monday or Tuesday. But when I talked to him today, he was like, you know how you always think that you can do way more than you can? Like you think that you can like get all these things done and it just takes like double the time. Well, try to tell a man that, okay? Maybe you guys have better luck with telling your men that. Mine don't always, it was. And then, like we have a couple of really good friends that said, oh, well, I'll help you to him. And of course, once he got there, he called them and they were like, they couldn't do it. They couldn't help him. So it's like, he's on his own. And I feel bad, but he tried to jam it all in together. No, I didn't have jury duty. Hey, Trish, your doctor gives you little blue pills so you can drive safely. Girls, do you guys have sound? Do you have sound? Okay. Val, you may need to go out and come back in. Somebody write her and tell her to go back out and come back in. She may have to do that. Thanks for my thumbs up, peeps. I appreciate it. So you guys, it has been, you used to be chill. I can't, you guys, I cannot, it's like, first of all, I can't see at night to drive. So I can't do that anymore. I really am not good at night driving and seeing to night drive. But bigger than that, I am not good with big trucks. I am not good with big trucks at all. And the rain and you can't see and these big, huge 18-wheelers whizzing by you, it's like so like, for me, it was like, yeah. But on the upside, I found a couple of French magazines when I was out. So I was super glad about that. I thought I brought them in. I don't think so. I think they're in the car, and I didn't want to go out and get them. I found a couple of French magazines. I found this anthropology book. So there's like some cool, like, I don't know what I'm going to use all the images for, but at least I have a few. You need night glasses, girl. I do too. You know, I did not realize. And it's the big truck thing, you guys. I am a big weenie. I am really a big weenie. I'm just a big weenie. I am not. I used to be a daredevil. Those days are gone, girls. Gone, gone, gone. So tomorrow's the Disabled Artists Foundation auction from noon to 5, I think it is. And there's some really cool stuff. If any of you guys went to the auction preview today to watch, I was there for a minute. And then, of course, my computer died. That's just how my life rolls some days. But there's some really cool stuff. You need some little blue pills or glasses. Oh my gosh. You guys, I don't know. I think I sincerely needed something because this week I was not in a good space. I was exhausted and I was stressed from driving and all the crazy weather. And she goes to school in a really beautiful place, but it's like windy roads that are up a mountain and curves and it's not close to where we live. So she likes school. And then on top of it, so then I don't know if I told you guys this last week. You guys, I can't remember. I'm getting old and I repeat myself and I apologize. my oldest daughter says, "You've already told me that." I'm like, humor me. One day you will be old too and retell your stories. And we won't even know you did it. But last week when Seisha was at school, they were some of the kids that are in her class, and she goes to a very small school and it's mixed. So like mixed age groups. So there was there's like 4 kids, I think, in high school. And I think all 4 of them are going somewhere different next year. So if they all go somewhere different, they're not going to have like a high school. So it's like a junior high school mix, it's like ages like 13 to 16 or something like that. So I don't know why I like these numbers, but I do. So sort of scrambled and I got her a school interview. So we did that yesterday. You guys, I don't know. She did not seem enthused about the new possible school. She really loves the one she's in, but I was trying to explain to her that, if there's no kids in the high school, like if it's sort of like a progressive Montessori style school, where they teach you where you are, they teach you at your level. But I was trying to explain to her if they don't have high school people in there that they won't have high school. But anyway, so that was yesterday. Hi, Riri. How's it going, girl? And thank you to everybody who has claimed wallpaper books. I still have a few, and I have more to put up. But you guys, this week was not a good week. It was not a good week. And I got some backlash from some of you who were not happy with the way that I chose to sell the wallpaper books online. You guys, I just have to do what works for me. And I'm sorry that I know that I was super available when I was in Hawaii. I don't have that same sort of lifestyle right now. And if I'm the one that's taking to and from school and doing all the stuff, it's just a lot for me because when you carve out to do a live auction, which I love doing them, or a live sale, which I love doing them because I love hanging out with you guys, it's a lot of work. Whereas if I just put up a video and you guys can claim it at your leisure and then I invoice you and ship it out, it's a much calmer thing. It's not saying that Malia and I are going to have a live sale. When is it, Malia? Is it the 22nd or the 23rd? Malia and I are going to do another joint live sale, which I enjoyed very much. And I'm not saying I won't go back to doing some live sales and stuff like that. But for right now, I'm just trying to you guys, I'm barely navigating, I'm barely keeping my head above water right now. I've got so much stuff going on that I'm like, all I can keep hearing is Dory in my head that goes, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. It's been a difficult 2 weeks. It really has. And so I apologize, you guys. So for those, there are a few wallpaper books left. I will have some really big ones. I don't know if I'll do it next week or the week after. Some really, really, really big ones. And so for those of you that want some, but there's a few left. And yeah, I mean, so Malia and I, our sale's on the 23rd. And we'll sell here on my channel, but she'll be on hers, and she'll it'll be a double live stream. But I am going to try to craft and chat with you guys again on Tuesday. And I think I might have a guest on Tuesday, so we'll see. And I'll try to come on a little earlier than I've been coming. I may have a guest craft and chatting, which would be super awesome. But Friday, I will not be crafting and chatting next Friday. Friday, Blake and I are going away for the first time, you guys, by ourselves for the first time in probably years. Where, I mean, generally before we go away, it was like be for a work thing, or you guys know we lived in Hawaii. So, like you live in a tourist destination, you're not necessarily going to go have a staycation there because it costs, $600 a night or whatever ridiculousness. But we're going to go away for like Thursday night and Friday night. So if I'm back on Saturday, if I'm back and rested on Saturday, then I will try to come on next Saturday. So no craft and chat Friday, but definitely craft and chat Tuesday. And if I can muster to get it together any other time during the week, I'll try to. But you guys, this week has done me in. Hey, Miss Carrie, how are you? Thanks for the thumbs up, my friends. So I am just, this week has been, yep. So tell me what you guys are working on. I did cut out some of the panels for my, the jean bedspread quilt thing I'm making, the rag quilt I'm making for Seisha's bed. I did cut out some. I did go through and kind of mess with all my jeans and stuff that I saved and brought with me, which is so ridiculous. Girls, you know what? We really do need to go away. He and I have not. It's been, we were talking about it. Now, granted, when you live in a tourist destination like Hawaii, it's an amazingly beautiful place. But you don't really vacation while you live there. Violet, you pipe up. Violet lived there for a long time too. You go to the beach or whatever, but you don't really it doesn't feel like you're having any downtime. It's probably the better way to say it. So we desperately need just a couple of days away. We're going to it's nothing. It's just like a little cabin, like a cabin in the woods for a couple of days. They probably don't even have internet. These marmoset are so cute. So I'm resorting to cutting up textbooks without any, because I found those French magazines. I was so happy. And I had them in a box, and I thought I had brought the box in, but Blake actually helped me unpack the car. So for all I know, he could have put them up really high, and then he went away, so I couldn't find them. Trish is still organizing her happy place. Aw, soon it'll make you happy again. Aw, that's awesome. Oh, yeah, make along. I'm definitely going to do it. I got my sewing machine all set up and everything. I do need to get some lights. I need to figure out the light thing, because I definitely need some lights in this room. And but I got my sewing machine all set up, and I gotta get a better, if you guys saw my jerry-rigged tripod or whatever that I have my camera on, you guys would laugh. It's I need to get something better. You haven't been away together in 23 years? Oh, Carrie, you better get on it, girl. You guys, we lived in Hawaii for so long, and we would go, if we left, it was usually for work. And although you would stay in a hotel, it's not like a vacation. It's 2 days is not really a vacation, but you know what? It's what all we can muster for right now. And I'm grateful for that. Although he may just totally crash because he's in Hawaii right now. You guys, if I told you some of the most ridiculous stuff, I feel so bad for him. But, girls, I'm trying not to laugh, but you know how that goes. Okay, guys, make sure that you guys are watching tomorrow night. You get to watch Khaleesi's story. Remember, Khaleesi is Jamie's dog. You know, the dog that has the cleft palate, the one that carries her own flashlight. So tomorrow night on Animal Planet, she's going to be on, it airs tomorrow evening on Animal Planet, Dr. Jeff, Rocky Mountain Vet. So don't forget and watch her. Hey, Jamie, you should make sure you put up another reminder in our group, in our Facebook group, so that we, so people go. How was jury duty? I was kind of scared to even ask. I was kind of even scared to ask how it went, Jamie. Yeah, Vo, everyone wants to know how you're feeling. Violet has had a kind of a rough week, but I think she's doing a little better. It's made both of us, this whole insulin thing is making both of us a little nervous. Well, her more than, I'm just the mom and I'm not anywhere near there. So that part is the bothersome thing for me, but she's brave because you guys, I could not give myself a shot. I don't care. I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it, you guys. I'm telling you, I'm a weenie. I am a big weenie. I could not give myself shots. And take your blood all the time? Ooh. I don't know that I could do it, but I'm proud of Violet. She's doing really good. The really crazy thing is we had no idea. When I called and she was in ICU, the nurse was like, how did she not know she was diabetic? I'm like, how did she not know? We had no signs. Jury duty is poop too. And Jamie's on a really hard case. She's on a really, really hard case. Trish, Bree says, hey, how are you, Miss Bree? How you doing, girl? So, Tony, I promise I will get you your invoice. And for all of you that bought wallpaper books, I have not done any invoicing because my shipping magnet is not here because he went off to Hawaii. And yeah, hopefully he'll be back on Tuesday. He was so funny. I said, how is it? He goes, oh my gosh, Shelley. He goes, how did we ever live here? He was like, how did we ever live here? I'm like, I have no idea. Your hubby has some stuff too, Carrie? Well, you know what's so weird, Malia, is she really does eat healthy. I just think she had a minute of she had a minute of not eating as healthy as she normally eats. And then this whole thing happened. So it's kind of ironic and weird, but we're just happy she's home and happy that she's doing great with it because her mama is a big old weenie. And I don't know that I could just prick my finger and you guys, I'm a weenie. I'm sorry. The pricking the finger thing and I are not good. You eat healthy and you're the size of a house. I think all of us, I hope for his blood pressure medicine, Carrie. I think all of us, especially as we age as women, your metabolism slows down. You have to really do a lot to keep it up. And please, girls, we don't even need to get into the metabolism thing because I have my metabolism is not fast anymore. I used to have a great metabolism. Then I got older and then it went somewhere. It does depend on your body, I was so worried. You were right, Jamie. I was a wreck, you guys. I was not. You know what it is? It's one thing if your kids are within your reach and you can do something, but She called me. She didn't even remember calling me. She had her husband call me. She was in the ICU, and he had me on speakerphone, and she was hysterical. And that, you guys that did it in for me, I was just like, after that, I was like a wreck. It got so bad that I called the hospital so many times that when they would answer in the ICU nurses station, they would just go, "Hi, Shelley." And when my older daughter called from Mexico City, and I guess our voices sound similar, and they were like, "Hi, Shelley." She's like, "No, this isn't Shelley. This is the sister." It was, I can laugh about it now. I was not laughing last week. Okay. Last week was not, I was not laughing last week. Last week I was a wreck. It is definitely different. And I didn't have any idea you had diabetes either, Violet. And the weird thing is we don't really have, like, my maternal grandmother's sister had type 1 diabetes, but that's like, that she was like, that was a few generations ago. So she was the only one. And I don't know, on Violet's dad's side, I was talking to one of his family members, and she told me she was recently diagnosed with diabetes, but let's face it, she's in her 60s, and she probably is overweight. Like, I don't know. I haven't seen her in years, you guys. So maybe I'm talking out of turn. I'm cutting all these skeletons out. I don't know why, but I like them. No, Violet, I love you. It's a mom thing. If you have your own kids, you'll see. It's like, I don't know why before I had kids, I used to sleep really soundly. After having kids, I don't sleep soundly anymore. I was so worried. I was a little bit of a wreck. I will admit it. Trust me, I checked flights to Arkansas. I didn't know if I needed to fly there. I kept calling. I kept talking to the nurse. I was like, the only thing that kept me really from doing it was they said that they wouldn't that I couldn't, like, both me and her husband couldn't have visited. So, I mean, for me to go all the way there and then sit in the parking lot, I was like, okay. She said since COVID, they changed their visiting rules, visiting thing. Hi, Julianne. How are you? Oh, wow. Julianne says that she has it and her sister has it, both from having the flu. Really, it's just a push on your pancreas too far to heal. Oh my gosh. So you got it. Did you have COVID? Is that what you had? We love you, Malia. You have to close your eyeballs. Vera had you crazy all day on your girls' day out. I love that, Vera. She's so sweet. Guys, I hit the jackpot of skulls. You did have COVID. That's when you didn't stop eating healthy, is because you had COVID and you were like, I'm not cooking right now. I don't feel good. Thanks for letting us know, Julianne. You know what? No, you got it a few years ago. The stomach flu, and it pushed your pancreas, and then you had, oh my gosh. Well, that's like, Julianne, I wish people would really tell us stuff like that. They don't really tell us much stuff. Creative says the finance department is on sugar meds. He's little, so sometimes weight doesn't matter. No, I agree with you, Trish. It doesn't. My grandmother's sister was teeny weeny, tiny whiny, and she was an insulin dependent diabetic, and it was, yeah. But thanks for letting me know that, Julianne. That is really, like, I had no idea. See? Okay, this one has a ton of skulls. I'm not going to cut every single one out, but I will go back and do it, because I think if Miss Renee is here, she would probably like a few of these skulls. You guys who are on keto, I made this. Oh my gosh. I have the best part of keto for me has been the sugar-free part. You know, because you guys, I definitely was addicted to sugar. Um, but if you guys, I'm kind of a little bit addicted to chocolate pudding. How many of you guys are chocolate pudding fans? So I made this and it is so good, and it's a lady who has, and not you guys, I'm not affiliated with her, so please, but made this, and I made it chocolate pudding, and I have it every day for breakfast. Well, not every day, but as many days as I want. And it is called hard boiled egg pudding, and it is delicious. And I know you guys are going to think it's like, when you read the recipe and how you make it, you're going to be like, what? But it's amazing. You can make it with scrambled eggs, or I made mine with hard-boiled eggs. So you hard-boiled 10 eggs. You have to have a high-speed blender or a high-speed food processor, okay? And so you do 1 can of coconut milk or coconut cream. You want the cream one. I mean, it still has milk in it, but you want the one that's, and you do, I think it's a half a cup of whatever monk fruit sugar or whatever type of keto type sugar, but you need to have it powdered because it needs to blend smoothly. Otherwise it's grainy, because keto sugar doesn't really melt, So you do like 10 hard-boiled eggs in a blender, a quarter cup of cocoa powder, and a half a cup of, I used Confectioner's Swerve, a can of coconut milk, and a dash of vanilla and a dash of cinnamon, and you blend it in the blender, and then you put it in the fridge. And you guys, it's amazing. It's probably better than any chocolate pudding I've ever had, and it is just protein. It's just eggs. And I know it doesn't seem like it would work, but I do love her, Trish. You know why? Because I've tried a lot of recipes. I also like Heavenly Fan. There's a bunch of people that I like that don't necessarily do keto, but that do like low carb. But if you are a person like me and you were like, you guys, chocolate was my jam. Did you guys watch Shannon Green last week or 2 weeks ago when she did her thing on those Lindt chocolates? Oh my gosh. Those Lindt chocolates. I was a Lindt chocolate addict. One of my best friends, her husband was on the board of Credit Suisse, a bank, and they would have their board meetings every year in Switzerland, where Lindt chocolate is from, and he would bring home literally 2 suitcases. They make these special holiday suitcases. They're probably like the size of they're bigger than a carry-on bag, bigger than the carry-on suitcase. And I would get 2 suitcases of those Lindt chocolates that Shannon Green made her little thing out of, the bags of chocolates and chocolate bars. And you guys, I ate them all. I'm a chocoholic, okay? So this chocolate pudding kind of works for me. You can make it vanilla. You don't have to. You can make it vanilla. You can make it peanut butter. You can make it if chocolate's not your jam. But I'm telling you, it's just, it won't spike your blood sugar. It is pure protein. So it is pure protein. So yeah, I made that. I'm not. Okay, but Joni, I'm telling you, you don't know it's eggs, and you can't even taste. It doesn't smell like eggs or taste like eggs. It doesn't smell or taste like eggs. Well, you can if you want to have something different, and you don't want to have, I was skeptical. I was completely and utterly skeptical. Are you kidding? But it is awesome, I have to tell you. It is really good. So you can make it without it. Make it with just the coconut milk. Violet's older sister has this recipe for chocolate mousse, and it's like the easiest thing. You do it. Violet, what is it? Is it a bar of baker's chocolate, a can of coconut milk, or is it 2 cans of coconut milk? and then a cup of keto sugar. But you do have to grind it. I don't remember how. You guys, when I get myself a little bit better, I'll cook it for you. She makes this vegan chocolate mousse. And you can make it keto. It's 1 can of coconut milk. Okay, so it's like, is it 1 whole brick of chocolate or is it half the brick of baker's chocolate? I can't remember. But you have to melt the chocolate. You do have to stir it for a long time because you have to heat it. Because you have to. I'll make it one time, but you do. The only thing with it is you can't. I mean, you can't leave it out. Like you have to refrigerate it because coconut milk, if all it has in it is cocoa powder. I mean, the chocolate bar, the unsweetened baker's chocolate, the coconut milk, and the sugar. So I don't think it has any. Does it have coconut oil in it too, Violet? I can't remember, you guys, but it's good. I'll try to find the recipe and make it for you guys one time. Make it with you guys. In a video. The lazy way is cocoa powder. Do you put it in the microwave? Because see, we never had a microwave. So did you put it in the microwave or do you? I don't remember, you guys. You know what? When she's here, she makes it. Everybody always says, please make it. But it's really good. And it's vegan, so it doesn't have any eggs in it. Guys, I was a bit skeptical of this Miss Maria Emmerich, but I'm telling you, she has some good recipes. I was skeptical of I know, I like the skeletons too. This whole book has skeletons in it because it's a book of anatomy. Duh. But I was a little skeptical, but you know what? I thought, what do I have to lose? So I've made that chocolate pudding a couple times, especially if I know that I'm going to go somewhere and I need to take some sort of food with me, and it's and I don't have, you know what I mean? It's not going to be like a place where I can really sit down and eat. I make it and take it with me. No, you just mix all of it, stick it in the fridge. Cocoa powder, coconut milk, and monk fruit sugar, vanilla extract if you're trying to be fancy. That's what it is. But see, when you do it with melting the chocolate bar, you have to melt the chocolate bar over a double boiler. Then I think you have to add like a little smidge of coconut oil. Then you have to heat the coconut milk, and then you have to stir it for like ever and ever and ever and ever with the sugar, right? But it comes out really good. If you spend the time to stir it, it comes out excellent. Well, I've gotten I know there's still a few more skeletons in here, but I'm going to save that for later. Guys, I can't help it. I really like food. I mean, I kind of wish I didn't like food. If I didn't like food, then I wouldn't be that big of a deal. But I do. I really like food. And I know the only way I'm going to stay on a diet is if I give myself the things I like. These are great skeletons. I agree with you. You're lazy. Girls, my lazy way is like whatever. You guys, I did order I ordered like 7 magazines from Recycle Bank, and the only one I've gotten is this one, Harper's Bazaar. I got all these other ones, like some Portland one. Was it you that told me to get Gun and Whiskey or something in Garden and Gun or something, Val? I got that one. They haven't come. So you guys, I just know my limits. You know, it's like I know I'm not going to stick with it if I don't have stuff I really like. But I think I was really addicted to sugar. I really, really do. And I haven't had any in a really long time. So. You're going to take movie star walk for a pup. Your pup for a walk. Aw. You let her sleep all day and she's up all night. Oh, no. I love you, Jamie. You'll have to let me know how jury duty is. Love you, girl. You've been on my mind. I was going to message you earlier, but I was like, I've had a beat week, and I haven't even had what you've had, so I haven't even had that. I like those flowers, but I don't know where I'm going to put them. We love you, Jamie. I hope you have a good weekend. I don't know what else besides the Disabled Artist Foundation auction is tomorrow at noon. If I'm only saying if my day goes as I planned, I might try to live stream tomorrow night, but it'll be much earlier. I'm not going to do it this late. But I have to see how the day goes. Hey, Jen, how are you? This one's kind of cool. How did Carla's move go? I saw she put up a video of her new craft room. Guys, my house is not video worthy right now. Guys, it is not. One of my sweet dearest friends said, I want to come and see you, and I love her so much. And I was like, no. Not to mention the fact that we don't have any extra beds yet. Hopefully soon. That was the other thing, is they were supposed to come tomorrow and bring all my stuff. Remember I told you our friend went to Las Vegas and picked up all the stuff that I had, that my sister was saving for me there, and then packed whatever he was taking from his house in California. And then he came back. Well, he was supposed to come tomorrow and deliver it all. And I just said to Blake, I can't do it. You guys, it's big old ass furniture. Like, without his help, like, I don't know where I'm, no. Said we can wait till you get back. Oh my gosh, you guys, you would think that because we moved with so little that it would be very easy to get this little house in order, but it really isn't, you guys, because honestly, having all his family's stuff, and some of it I really like, and others of it I don't, not so much, but trying to save the necklace and the flower. And yeah, I'm cutting with big scissors. You would think that we would have it all together, but we don't. I don't. I did get a couple more bookshelves, so that's good. So I'll be able to put a lot of books away. You haven't spoken to her since she moved? I saw that she did a video. And I watched a little bit of it. I was actually waiting for Seisha to get out of her school interview, but I didn't get to see all of it because, guys, sometimes YouTube on my phone is very frustrating. I don't know if any of you guys have that, but YouTube on my phone is a bit frustrating. So maybe next week I'll start my quilt if anybody wants to quilt along. Yeah, I bet she's busy unpacking. I have got, please. We have so much stuff to either keep or let go of. And it's going to take a while. I don't know how, haven't you ever watched people, or I guess maybe it's just for the video's purpose. They're unpacking my house, getting my house set up. You're thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, that's going to take me. Yeah. I always use big scissors for fussy cutting. Liz makes fun of me. I do have some small scissors somewhere, but I think I fussy cut better with big scissors. I think it's just because it's usually all I have around, But if Liz is here, she'll make fun of me. She always does. And that's good. Hey, we all have our things, right? These are some big old scissors. These are not, I have a smaller pair somewhere on this table. I do use the biggest scissors for fussy cutting. It's ridiculous. I think I actually use them better than little ones. I don't know. Although I've been told you guys I'm making that book for my friend. The one of them is making like a first communion book for one of my friends, and another one is her daughter's getting married and making her a wedding book. And so I got these wedding dresses, and I have been using the tiniest scissors to cut apart all the lace and I cut buttons, you guys, today. It was like the tiniest fabric covered buttons. They were just beautiful. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but since I was cutting the wedding dress up, I was like, but I was using some small scissors and a seam ripper. Small scissors and a seam ripper. These are probably 7 inches. Trish, I don't even have anything to measure it here. Okay. This is how dumb it is. I was telling Blake, I said, what did you do with my tape measure? Because I had one that I left on the desk here, but he took it to measure something. I don't have my Tim Holtz pads in my other little crafting space in the other room. Yeah, they're probably 7 inches. They're big. They're some big scissors. Maybe bigger, I don't know. It might even be 9 inches. I don't know. I like to fussy cut with big scissors. Don't ask me why. I just do. I mean, it's generally just out of necessity, you guys. It's not necessarily because they're big. It's like that's what I have close by. So, cutting with pruning shears. That's right, Liz. That's me. Cutting with some pruning shears. How's Clark doing? Is he like still taking stuff every weekend to his new space? I didn't know Rosemary cuts with 14-inch scissors. Those are bigger than mine. Did any of you guys watch the Grammys? I watched them, part of it. I thought they were pretty good. You just want to buy them, 14-inch scissors? I probably have some. Guys, I have the most random. These are all scissors I've had a long time. These I had in Hawaii. I think they were probably dressmaking scissors at one point, and then somebody used them on paper, and then that's it. They went to hell in a handbag. They're paper scissors. Sometimes I like like maybe I would cut the beach part out. Sometimes they're not. I don't know. This is just a Harper's Bazaar magazine. Guys, I had a rough week, so I don't know if I have anything funny to tell you. I was just trying to think of like what has transpired this week. I got serenaded and asked on a date by an edgy homeless guy. I don't know that he was homeless. I think he lived in his van, but I went to pick up some books. Blake had gotten some books from this bookstore, and parts of Asheville are a little edgy. And I went to pick up his books that while I was waiting, this guy started talking to me, and then he started serenading me, and then he goes, "Do you want to go to dinner?" And I was like, oh my God. I was like, only me. I'm only coming to pick up books. Some homeless guy asked you out to dinner. He was like, thank you so much. But I said, I'm so flattered. Like, what do you say? Thank you, but no thank you. Let's see what else. Because I don't even know what happened this week. I don't even know. I had some terrible Mexican food with Seisha. She and I went, I like that picture. She and I went to little Mexican restaurant near our house. And I'd been there once before with Blake, and it wasn't bad, but I don't know. Maybe this was just the night that it was. And you guys, the other day, so before Blake went out, before he left to go to Hawaii, Stacia and I, Blake, we went out for dinner. I don't even remember where we went that night. Wherever we went that night, it wasn't good either. And when we were leaving, we got caught by the neighbors across the street. And then they just were like chatting and chatting and chatting. And I'd never met them, but Blake had met them because he was doing work on this house before he moved in it. And he'd met them all. But I had never met them. So I think they thought I was like, I don't know. Because she was like, well, I certainly am glad you guys are here, but I haven't seen you. And I was like thinking, oh my God, I don't even know when people come and go. So obviously they know when I come and go. I said, well, I've been kind of held up because it's been cold. For somebody that's moved from Hawaii, it's been cold, you know? Well, I like that too. So she caught me in the street and, you know, we made nice talk. We made niceties, but it was still like 20 minutes out of your life. And then you're just like, okay, well, Stacia and I went out last night for Mexican food to this little place really close to where we lived. Like we could actually walk there, but we didn't. And you guys, the neighbors were there. And oh my God. And I didn't even recognize them at first. But this lady's waving at me. And I'm like thinking, oh, she's very friendly. But she's like, and you know, like waving like, I realized, oh my God, it's a neighbor from across the street. And so I said to Stacia, so when we get ready to go leave, they're standing to pay. And I said, Stacia, sit down. I said, I don't want to get caught in an idle conversation with them. You guys, I don't know them. And it's like, you know, like how you just want to just eat and hang out with your family and not have to like go, oh, the weather's great or whatever, you know? These are both good. I may cut those out in another time. Oh, and she's good too. Oh, and so is she. These are some good pictures. So I was like to Stacia, sit down. And we were like trying to like, so we wouldn't get caught in the checkout line with them. So finally they all leave and I'm like, great. And we go to pay. And you guys, when we go to leave the restaurant, they're standing right outside the door. I was like, oh my God. So we were going to have to walk right by them to get to the car. And Stacio's so cute. She goes, do you want to take the long way around? Meaning like we'll walk out of our way. I said, yes. Because I didn't want to get stuck like, ugh. And I was trying to explain to her that, you know, I grew up in a small town. So, you know, you have to be super nice to everybody all the time, even when you don't feel like it, and polite. Ooh, these are good too. So is that. And I was just trying to explain to her, unlike Hawaii, you can just walk away, give people stink eye. I'm the best fussy cutter with huge scissors. Oh no. It reminds you of Edward Scissorhands. You guys are crazy. Your daughter has her grandmother's scissors. Oh my God, you guys! I still got it. What do I still have? My ridiculousness, you guys. So I was just like, I did not want to make idle conversation with people. You guys, it's just too much. Hi, Mary Kay. You fussy cut with big scissors? Yes. I was just like, I don't know. I just didn't want to, because I just wasn't up for the like, oh, hasn't been cold or whatever, you know? I just wasn't up for it. And then they were with their family. They told us they were going away because it's public school spring break, and they were going away they're going to Disney or something. That was the conversation we had in the road. Okay, they were going to Disney, and here I'm going to put some of these in my little pocket back here. I love that. That's excellent. And I love her smile. And I just didn't want to. Guys, I think I'm just too old. I'm like, I don't really want to make idle conversation with people that I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm just not. Yeah. I want that skeleton too. I got all these. I got that one. I got all the numbers. I like all these numbers. I just was not in the mood for it. Plus, it had been a rough couple weeks, and felt like I was kind of raw, and I was just like, ugh, making idle conversation with people, and you don't even feel like it. It's bad enough talking to the people that you love when you're feeling crappy, when you don't feel, and when you're not feeling your best. But it's even worse when you have to talk to strangers. At least I think so. I have a whole nother pile. I did get a super cool, very cool, hinged, like the front flap of it. I didn't bring it. It's downstairs. A hinged binder. And I'm going to put some, plastic pages inside of it so that I can put, so I can start my new fussy cutting book, my new fussy cutting album. You're social, antisocial? You know what? I think I'm just old. I don't know what it is. You don't like small scissors, too much open close? How are you doing, Miss Mary Kay? Joni, how are you? How are things going with you? You guys, I don't know. I just did not feel in the mood to make small talk. That's all. I can when I need to, but I think from the years of living in tourist cities where you spend your whole day at work making small talk because every person is a tourist, then when you get home, you don't want to talk to anybody. I think that might be a little bit of it. I don't know. I don't know at all. Blake is really good at making small talk with people. I'm not necessarily. You're well? You were on spring break too? Yeah, well, it's spring break here for public school this coming week. So I guess they were all going to Florida. Blake said Hawaii is crazy. He said it is insane, the number of people that are there suddenly. I mean, maybe it has been in the past few months, and because we left in January, but he was like, oh my gosh, he was like just telling me the grocery store lines. He was like, be glad you're not here. I could be your neighbor. You don't talk to your neighbors. I talk to my neighbors, okay? I do. Oh, somebody used a CD album. Oh, that's excellent. Well, I have a whole box of page protectors, so I was just going to use those and put, because I had one in Hawaii that I loved, and I didn't bring it. I don't know why I didn't. That was dumb, but whatever. Carrie, I am a good neighbor. I don't, it's not that I don't enjoy talking to my neighbors. It's just, like we were trying to go out to dinner the other night, just us, and we had a very limited amount of time because Blake's plane left at like 6 a.m, which meant we had to get to the airport at 4 a.m, that kind of thing. So, when you walk out and you're just thinking we're going to go to dinner and we'll be back in an hour, and then, and then the next thing you know, you're like standing outside making small talk, It was okay. I should be happy that I have neighbors to make small talk with. The man that lives directly, our house is kind of on a corner. So it is on a corner. So the man that lives directly across from us, toward the back door, I guess we have houses on 4 sides of us because we are on a corner. Anyway, the one that lives, there's a different guy who lives across the street from us. He can keep you talking, and he's a very sweet man, and he's retired, and he's a retired Navy guy, and he'll just keep you talking. So when I see him coming, if I'm not ready, you guys, I run. He'll leave Blake out there to talk to him. But he also bakes. He's retired and he bakes. And I told him that I don't really eat baked goods, but he still brings me banana bread. So I have like numerous loaves of banana bread in my freezer from him. It's very sweet. Hawaii Safe Travels just ended in March. Well, Blake said it was insane. He said it was insane. And I said, I'm glad I'm not there because you guys, I don't know how well I would deal with it. I like these, and I don't know, I made, look, Johnny Cash, that one's so cool. This is like from some antique store. But I like all these. These would be something I'd put in my glue book, so. You and your husband went on a mini vacation to the ocean shores. Oh, nice. Oh, that's so nice. Well, we're just going to it's like a mountain, like a cabin thing. One of my friends said that she's been and she really loved it. And we were talking about it the other day. I was like, we need a serious vacation. And say she's going to go stay with one of her friends for a couple nights. So we're going. You can share paper. Yes. Hey, Deb, how are you? The finance department will chit chat with anyone. You're going to bring it to the retreat. That sounds so good. Yes, Mary Kay. You guys, I'm just not, I don't know. I love people. I do, but I just wasn't, I don't know. I just didn't want to get caught, I guess. I don't know. You guys, I don't know anything. I just didn't want to get caught with my neighbor and her 13 family members because she did mention to us that her brother and sister-in-law or her sister and brother-in-law, I don't know, were going to come stay in their house because they have 3 dogs and all kinds of snakes and lizards and whatever. And we're going to come and house sit for their pets. And so I guess she was telling us that because so we wouldn't be nosy. But you guys, I'm not nosy. I don't look at other people. Whereas the guy across the street, not the same guy, but the one I told you that's retired that makes banana bread. When the person was house sitting here and our cars were being delivered, all of a sudden he came over and knocked on the door and he asked her, he's like, who have you invited to come to Shelley and Blake's house? And the house sitter was like, it's just me. And he's like, well, whose cars are those? And she was like, that's their cars. They just had their cars shipped here. And he was like, oh. I was like, yep. Oh. So I guess he knows that who comes and goes in our home, even though we don't. It is exhausting to be on when you don't feel like it. Deb, I'm kind of settled, but not as not I need you guys. I seriously need I need like a plan. So I'm waiting for the furniture, some of the furniture that my sister sent from Vegas will be here. So I'm going to set that up in one of the bedrooms. And I don't know what all she sent me, you guys. So that'll help. And then I actually have stuff in storage since like 2017 near where my mother-in-law who just passed away, near her house. I have it in storage there. So, and some of it's furniture. So Blake and some of it's some handmade furniture one of my friends made me, which I really love. It's like very arty and it's cool. So I'm going to go get that. I don't even really know what I have in storage because the kids put it in storage. Hopefully, I don't know how long it's actually going to take me. But it's getting a lot warmer, so I'll be able to move a lot of stuff that I'm not using now into the garage, and then we can decide from there what we're keeping and what we're letting go of. You need a plan too. You've been there 22 years. Oh, Deb, it's bad here. I'm not. My mother-in-law lived near Boston. She lived near Boston, north of Boston. You're going to go to your daughter's house at the end of the month for 2 weeks? Oh, nice. Give you a break from being cooped up together? I get it. You worked in customer service, Jen? Yeah, when you walked out, I get it. I mean, you know what? It's like that when you work in the when you do stuff with tourism too. You're just like, oh man, you don't want to deal with it. I get it. Yeah, I need a plan, you guys. I need a serious plan. I need a plan to like how to organize this 116-year-old house. 37 years and you're still settling in. You guys, I'm used to having closets where I can just put stuff in closets, but I don't have that now. So you have to like, when you don't have that and you've got stuff like, really all this only stuff I have is like a few crafting things and some fabric and that stuff, but I just need to figure it out. It's not it's not totally terrible. It's just like we only have 2 beds set up, one in Seisha's room and one in our room. And so I got to get the other bedroom set up. And hi, Jane. How or plot and twist. You guys, Jane's daughter had her babies. Gavin and Avery. Hey, Vo, are you still here? You're still here? You can do it, you believe me? So Jane, Violet, was supposed to be named Avery Elizabeth. Jane's granddaughter is named Avery Elizabeth. Avery was my mother-in-law's maiden name, and Elizabeth was her mother's name. And that's what we were going to name Violet. But then Violet's older sister, my oldest daughter, Skylar, was 5 or 6 when Violet was born. And she said her name is Violet. And my mother was like, you need to let her name her sister. So that's how she got the name Violet. And my mother-in-law was so funny. She was like, my oldest daughter's name is Skylar, and then there's Violet, and then there's Seisha. But my mother-in-law was like, can't you name her something? She was like, can't you name her something normal, like Anne or Beth? So that's crazy. You're good. You're home. You're home for the weekend, then you're going to go back next week. Well, I told everybody about the Defy auction. You guys go over to Carehart's channel. It's tomorrow at noon. It's got some super cool stuff. You guys want to support a good cause and get some very cool, crafty, some finished projects and also some craft supplies. And if you guys are a little curious and want to go over to Kara's channel today, you can take a look and watch the preview, the auction preview. She did it today. I was there for a little bit. There is some great things, great things. She hasn't settled in yet. Oh, girl. No, I thought she was calling me too, but she wasn't. I don't know who she was calling. Hang on a second. I don't know. Maybe she was talking to one of her friends. I don't know because she's in the other room. Hang on one second. Because I was waiting to hear more than the 2 seconds of the yell. But hang on. Sage, were you yelling for me? Check the dog. No, she was heckling me from the other room. She was heckling me. She was a heckler. She was being a heckler. She was heckling me from the other room. Guys, please. Right, Vo? There's no dull moment here. And even if you wanted a dull moment, it doesn't happen. No dull moments here. It's my life. It's like my life. Jean, she's been in my prayers. I don't know how she does it with twins. I could barely do it with one at a time. So one at a time was hard enough. You never knew we had heckling for crafting. Oh, Deb, stay around me. Girl, in my house, you never know. It is so subjective. It is so subjective. I like that dog in that chair. That's so cute. But I also like this. So maybe I'll just save the whole page for later and decide what I'm going to cut out. Yep. So hopefully I'll find my French magazines. I thought I brought them in. I thought I brought a whole box of stuff in, like Blake's books, and I got a couple French magazines, and that was the only magazines I had. It wasn't because I was like being like all like, oh, let me get a French magazine. It was like, can I buy a couple of magazines? And they were like, all we have are these couple of French magazines. I was like, okay, that'll do. I have some French magazines, and it looked like the images were fairly good, but yeah. You always wanted twins, but the good Lord knew better. Oh, gosh. They are both so cute, though. Gavin and Avery. Yeah, hang out with Shelley, and you'll get some heckling from the peanut gallery in the other room. One of my friends just sent me a message and said it looks like it's going to snow here. You guys, it feels really super cold. I had turned off the heat, but my behind went down there and turned it right back on today because it's been cold. But sometimes I can't tell if it's really cold or if it's just me. Because living in Hawaii all those years, your blood just gets like thin, or I don't know what it actually does, but your body temperature adjusts to the climate there. So she said it's supposed to snow. I'm like, oh, great. It's 60s and it's 60 in Florida. You're ready for like 6 months old? Oh, girl, I know. But you know what? The newborn time is like so precious. That is just such a beautiful time. Although when you're having the babies, forget it. You're like so sleep deprived. You're like, could you be like 4 and in preschool now? It's cold here. I was so cold today. It was so silly. I was cold today. And I was really super grateful because it rained last night, and it rained this morning, and I was super grateful I didn't have to drive. So I was like, woohoo! The weather's just, I don't know. And everybody that lives here is like, this weather's never been like this. And I'm like, well, it is now. It's 90s in Arizona, it's 90. Yeah, it's cold here. I'm just glad. Violet is a gardener, and so she was like, watch, telling me when to plant things or when not to. But I read that little gardening, I guess it's like an almanac or something like that, where it said, don't plant anything here before the first week of May. So there you go. Night, Mary Kay. Love you, girl. Hang in there. Hope you have a good weekend, and maybe I'll see you tomorrow. And I may stream on Sunday. It just depends upon how much I get done. Now, I like this chair, but I don't like all this extra here. But I'm certainly not feeling up to cutting all of that out with a mat knife. But if I put it in my book, I will cut out all the bits. For those of you that don't know, I like chairs. I don't know why. Chairs and eyeballs and body parts. Eyeballs, lips. Eyeballs, lips, and chairs and legs. Night, Jean. See you in the morning. See you tomorrow. Yeah, you guys head on over. And if you only just want to contribute a little bit, the sweepstake prize is an amazing boho extravaganza. It's amazing. I was like, I need that. I don't need it, but I want it. Night, Mary Kay, love you, girl. So I will try to come on tomorrow night. Maybe I'll get it together. It depends upon how tomorrow goes, and get it together and get either I'll go find my French magazines in the car, or maybe I'll get my stuff together. So don't forget, tomorrow night is also Khaleesi's debut on Animal Planet. I love this. This is really nice. Winter Stillness. Animal Planet, we can see Miss Khaleesi. Yes, I do. And I definitely love eyeballs. What did I see the other day that was it was so cool? Somebody sent me some picture of something with eyeballs. I was like, oh, I need that. I'm like, I need any eyeballs, but I like them. Either that or maybe I'll work on my junk journals. You guys, I have like 7 or 8 junk journals in process. Okay, I am not a fast crafter, so when you guys are like really putting them out, I'm still meandering on like what I'm gonna make for my paperclip embellishments. Maybe that's what I'll do. I haven't made any really good paperclip embellishments in so long, because I feel like all I've been doing is just like working my butt off and moving. That is all I've been doing. And I haven't had a breather. I have not had a breather. It takes you months to make a journal. Yes, windows to the soul. I agree with you, Deb. Carrie, if I'm just focused on it, I can do it. But mine's more like a flow, like a creative process. It's not necessarily like you guys see my journals. They're not foofies. The one I made for Violet, Violet's the one in the chat, that was her wedding book that I made. The one I made her was probably the foofiest one I've ever made. That's Trish, I'm telling you, like, Blake called me today I don't know what we're talking about. Like, I don't know. He went to see one of our friends and they weren't doing so good. So he was just like, oh, maybe you need to call them or whatever. And I said, okay. And he was like, oh, she's aged a lot. And I just saw right before we left Hawaii. We were talking about it. And I said, I need a serious break. I said, I just am exhausted. Hey, Lisa, how are you, girl? I said, I'm exhausted. I said, I feel like all I've been doing is either packing and moving. And you're right, Trish. That's really all I have been doing is packing and moving. How many of you guys save your baby wipes? I do. My paint. You love it. It's on display in your shelf. Oh, I love you, Bo. Violet had a beautiful wedding. Probably not the wedding she wanted, like not the wedding of her dreams because it was in the middle of the pandemic, but she had a beautiful wedding. I think I showed you guys pictures. She had a beautiful blue wedding dress. She looked gorgeous. And her husband wore a kilt, and he looked really handsome. Guys, I don't know, but when I was leaving Hawaii, okay, I did not bring my baby wipes. Do you guys know I had baggies of these? I had baggies of my used wipes. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, it's like I did dispose of my baby wipes. But look, I love this one. This would make a great ATC background or journaling page background. Saving baby wipes. Violet says it was perfect. She had a beautiful wedding. She had a beautiful, beautiful wedding. But I think a few of her friends would have liked to have been there, but because of the pandemic, it couldn't happen. You have a big box of Patty baby wipes that you never use them. Finally, you threw them away. Okay, I use them. You know what I do with them? Well, I haven't done it right now, but especially when I would teach classes and stuff, I would cut them up and make flowers. And for Seisha's school, when she was in Montessori school, I made teacher gifts. I made them brooches, like, pins you'd wear on your coat out of Painty baby wipes. They loved it. They didn't know they were Painty baby wipes. They were like, this is cool. I was like, yeah. So I just cut them. You know how I used to make those crazy magazine flowers, like where you just cut up all the circles and then you scrunch them up? You can do that with baby wipes too. And you can just sew them right in the middle. And you can just cut them. You can cut them in shapes, or just cut them in circles like I did. Stack them a whole bunch on top of each other, kind of scrunch them up. I took them to the sewing machine, did a zigzag stitch, and then did some E6000 with a pin back on it. All right. You guys, these are my only 2 Painty baby wipes right now, okay? Because I gave away, because I'll have to paint up some baby wipes, have some painted up Kleenex, but Kleenex does not work. You need painty baby wipes. Well, I'll have to paint some baby wipes. I'll have to make a mess and paint some baby wipes. And then I'll show you guys my flowers, my baby wipe flowers. And they come out so cool. People don't know they're baby wipes. I mean, I guess they do if they look at them super close, but I don't know. You don't need 1,000. No, you don't need 1,000, but I need at least 4 or 5. Deb, oh yes, saving your baby wipes. Yep. So I will show you making brooches. What else have I been doing? Okay, I've been cutting apart these wedding dresses. I've been cutting them apart, and then I have some of the wedding dress in a pot of avocado tea that I made, and hopefully I'll let it soak long enough that it will get, a richer color pink. And I have onion skin tea, and I have hibiscus tea that I'm using to dye with. I have some turmeric. Turmeric does a crazy yellow. And then onion, avocado, hibiscus, and turmeric. That's what I have right now going on. So I'm dyeing some in each one of those. No, I agree. You have to you have to use it. You have to use them up. You use your dryer sheets? Oh yes. I love dryer sheets. I love dryer sheets too. I think we have them downstairs. Blake doesn't throw them away. I think I have some downstairs. You made some hexies with some of yours. Yes, I know what you mean. Yeah, start the hexagon ornament. Yep, I've done those too. But you guys, they had this thing at her school. And when you have kids in private school, they do this all the time. It's kind of irritating. You pay all this money to send them to school, and then they ask you to do these fundraisers for the school. So you're on top of on top of, paying whatever you're paying, which is usually a lot, then they want you to, and so I was like, what can I do that I can sell at their craft? Because you have to like donate something that they can sell at their craft fair or whatever. So I made some felted flowers, and I made them out of super cheap felt, like whatever craft felt that you can get. And then I found a couple of wool sweaters at the thrift store. Obviously, in Hawaii, nobody really needs a wool sweater. And so I freehand cut some of them. Some of them I used that Tim Holtz tattered florals dye, especially the really big one, because it kind of looks like a plumeria, and made bases. And I made all of these pins, pendants, hair things. And I think I made like 50 of them, but they didn't take me any time, and they didn't cost me anything, because I was kind of mad that because we paid a lot of money for her to go to school. My feeling is charge what you need to charge for us to go to school. And then if we want to do fundraising, we can, but if we don't have to. So I probably didn't cut this one up because I had all the birds in it. Well, I'm not going to cut that one up. Oh, my lovelies, I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. And I will see you tomorrow. I'll come on, and I'm going to definitely be at the Disabled Artist Foundation auction. I hope you guys show up for that. That's on Care Heart's channel. Lisa, you're my prayers, girl. I hope everything's going okay for you. I was thinking about you and sending you lots of love. Always sending you lots of love. I'm going to see if I can find Care's channel really quick, and I'll put it in the description box for you guys, because it really does go for a good cause to it really does go for a good cause. If you feel like you want to come and hang out, or you just want to come and chat and come and be part of the audience, it's really good night, Val. Love you, girl. There it is. That's Care's channel. And you guys, tomorrow it's from noon to 5, and then maybe I'll come on after that. All right. I love you guys. Big hugs and kisses, and I'll see you tomorrow. And always sending you guys so much love. See you tomorrow. Good night, ladies. Love you, Vo.